It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Rams and the Falcons coming up next.
First opened in 2017. Here's a look inside the one-of-a-kind setting for football. That is Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, the home of the Falcons. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen. It's week 2 of this NFL season. A couple of teams feeling good, Greg. Victory in the season opener, and that gives you just great momentum off the schneid to start the season. Now, what's ahead for these guys?
Going into week 1 was always kind of an interesting deal, Mike. And I always felt as a player, you prepare months for week 1. And then you prepare 7 days for week 2. It's kind of a very interesting thing. And here, you have both teams, 1-0, gotten off to a great start. Now you only got a week to turn the page, and you want to get into a normal rhythm week to week of what is a long NFL season. The better you start, the better it makes the end of the year, and you find yourself in that playoff hunt. You want to get these early September games.
The Rams offense taking the field for the first time. They'll be led by the man from Oregon who started his career at Auburn, quarterback Bo Nix.
One thing about this guy that's pretty clear, Mike, is there's not a whole lot that rattles him. He does a good job of staying even-keeled. You don't know if he just threw a pick or if he just led his team to a touchdown drive, and that was kind of the case last week. He didn't let it snowball into a bunch of back-breaking mistakes. He just shook it off and kept playing. Now, can he keep that mentality as the rest of the year unfolds? And if he does, he's going to give his team a chance every single week.
That's a short throw caught by Komet. 16-yard pickup on that one. Good for a Rams first down. They put Wilson in motion. Nix now to throw it here on first down. Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. 2nd and 7. A give, and here comes Robinson. It's a short pickup, taking this to the 49. Johnny Newton there on the stop. 3rd down, 3 to go. Nix from the gun on 3rd down. A gain of 11 on that one. First down, L.A. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Now Nix going to look to throw. That one caught by Wilson. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. They'll throw. It's Nix. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 10 yards and a first down. Play action now. It's Nix. A throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. On the give, it's Robinson. And he'll work this into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line, taken down after a gain of 5. A lengthy opening drive. Now comes to this. It is 3rd down. He's got a receiver. That's Woods. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up 1st and goal. On the handoff, it's Robinson. And a nice run. It's down to the 5-yard line. Now, a 2nd down throw for Nix. And he'll take it on in. Chris Olave. Touchdown, Rams. That his first touchdown of the new year. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Boswell adds the extra point, and the Rams will take a 7-0 lead. Boswell now following the touchdown, back out to kick this one off. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Falcons set to take over here on offense, led by their quarterback, league MVP in 2019 and 2023, Lamar Jackson.
Mike, when we have a chance to talk to this quarterback's teammates, the word they always use is perfectionist, and it's pretty easy to see why. We had a chance to sit down with them the other day. One thing was very clear.
And he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a sack and a loss of a couple.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 29-yard line.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. On the ground, here's the first-round pick from April's draft. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
A loss of 2 yards leads to 3rd down and
3rd and long for Jackson. He is dangerous when a play breaks down. A pickup of 18. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Let's give some love to the big guys up front here, Mike. The offensive line is looking good here early to start the game. Couple nice big explosive runs. Expect them to continue to lean on the big guys up front as the rest of this game unfolds.
Open man. That's the tight end, Hunter Henry. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. It's the tight end Henry in motion. Jackson now on 2nd down. He's got his big tight end Henry. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So they'll talk over what to do on this 3rd down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. The Rams out to the early lead. Greg and I back in Atlanta after this.
Wanna quit?
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. Hauled in by the tight end, Henry. And he's going to be out of bounds after a pickup of about 4, but that is enough to keep the drive alive. First down.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Now a handoff, running right. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Go. Hey, report. Go ahead.
They'll stick with him again. He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. Drew Tranquil up to make the tackle. They need to get to the 22, but now face 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. He's got a man. It's McClure. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down. Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. Throwing Jackson. That is caught by the tight end, Hunter Henry. Touchdown, Falcons.
And what a response by this offense it's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score in the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come away with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Santos, good on the extra point. And the Falcons come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. This will be returned from the 6. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Rams offense and Chris Olave getting ready for their next possession. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Another run here for Robinson. And he is not going to get away. Might have got the yard, but it will set up 3rd down. From the shotgun, here's Nix. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. Remember, he had the touchdown on the opening drive, and here on drive 2, he gets a 1st down with that catch.
And this is where the quarterback's improv skills really kind of come into play. The ability to play off-platform, throw from different arm angles. It's something that we're seeing a lot play out across the league. And yes, you have to throw from a spot in the middle of the pocket. But if you can only do that, it's hard to play quarterback in today's NFL.
They get 25 on that connection. Good for a Rams 1st down. And here's Bijan. He brings this to about the 26-yard line. Christian Roseboom there on the tackle. 2nd down and 8. Throwing. Nix. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down. A shotgun snap, and they'll give it to Robinson. Trying to tiptoe around the defenders there. He'll wind up with a gain of 5. Here comes Chris Boswell to try a field goal. This will be a 38-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good. And the Rams will break our tie and take a 10-7 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. The Falcons offense and Lamar Jackson getting set to take over once more. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Now Jackson. A quick slant on the money to McLaurin. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. To the ground, a 1st down run. Inside the 25. A big run. They finally get to him and bring him down. Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. Jackson. That one taken in by Corley. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Now, Jackson. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Nick Cross. And the Rams are going to take possession at their own 3-yard line.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown, and instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The Rams offense ready to see what they can do. And they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep as they start 1st and 10. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. Not much happening there, just a short gain. Here's a 2nd and 9. Throwing is Nix. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down. To throw is Nix. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Punt team headed out for the Rams, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. And he looks up and he's taken down right away. Maybe fortunate just to hold on to the ball, as he was tackled immediately after hauling that one in. On 1st and 10, Jackson. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
Okay, Mike, back to you and Greg in just a moment. But after a wild first weekend in the NFL, time to see if things will settle down as we take a quick look at what's happening here in Week 2. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat, and it's the Titans with the lead in the 2nd quarter of play. Michael Pittman, a touchdown reception. From there, we head east to check on the Bills at home in Buffalo, and they were victorious in that one over the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Brock Purdy, 3 touchdown passes as his guys bounce back from the defeat on opening weekend. Finally, let's get to the desert to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale, and that one all tied. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break. Both these teams running through their final adjustments. It's time for the second half. And for the call, let's get it back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half. About to get started. 3 points, all that separates these two sides, as half number 2 kicks off. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. The Falcons offense and they'll come up here 1st and 10.
180.
Now it's Jackson. This one is complete. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And this is taken in by the defense.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
They run over center with Robinson. And this will be a short gain down to the 41-yard line. Christian Roseboom there on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw is Nix. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
The screen works for 10 yards and a 1st down. Now Robinson. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. Working out of the gun. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
Through the first half, it was clear. This pass protection, this offensive line unit, they were clearly up for the challenge. The pass rush was non-existent. But here in the second half, you can sense a little bit more urgency. You can see them start playing with a little more speed and intensity, and it pays off there with their first sack of the day.
And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the 1st down. It's going to bring up 4th down. Here comes Chris Boswell to try a field goal. Officially an even 50-yard attempt. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Rams will extend their 3rd quarter lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. The Falcons offense starting to trot out for this next possession. The deficit, 6 points. A touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
13. 1.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he gets this to the 40. That's about a yard short of the 1st down. So we'll have 3rd down coming up. It's the tight end Henry in motion. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll try to throw here with Jackson. Off-balance throw. It's complete.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
2nd down. Jackson. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Peyton Wilson. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
You know, Mike, drastically different things waiting for these two squads on the sideline as they run off. I mean, we can hear the defensive sideline celebrating all the way up here. I mean, back-to-back drives, they come away with the takeaway. Now, on the offensive sideline, there's no celebration awaiting. It's coaches looking to gather their guys together and say, look, we've got to have ball security. If we don't protect the football, we have no chance.
It's a give up the middle to Robinson. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. Now Nick's going to look to throw. Got it into the hands of Olave. And the Rams are going to be set up with a 1st and goal now. Tackle made at the 9. Here's a design run. And no place to go. He's hit and taken down behind the line. Going in the wrong direction. Now 2nd and goal from the 12. Pass is caught by Olave. He'll take this one down to the 8-yard line. Good job so far by the defense protecting the short field. Now it's 3rd and goal. Nick's from the gun on third down. And his defense going to get to him at the 3-yard line, bringing up fourth down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a fourth down decision to make.
Three for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Rams will extend their lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a tough. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 29-yard line.
Jackson now. Taking off. So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Third and 5.
Hey, middle.
To throw is Jackson. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. They get 12 yards on that pass. First down, Atlanta.
At the 47-yard line.
Hey.
Jackson looking to throw. The outside, that's caught by Hill. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 50-yard line.
Jackson now on 2nd down. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds.
And the Falcons, first down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Working from the shotgun, he'll hand this one off. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. I think he's going to lose a yard.
At the 42-yard line.
Go. Hey, report. Go right here.
From the gun, Jackson. He's got his big tight end, Henry. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. Throwing, and the rush too strong. They're in there in a flash for the sack.
A 4-yard loss. It's 4th down.
So now the Brazilian-born Cairo Santos in a big spot. This to get back to a 1-possession game. This one has plenty of leg. And it is good. And they are indeed back within 1 score.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
This is fielded inside the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Rams offense about ready to take over once more. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. Not much there. maybe a yard. Now, a second down throw for Nix. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
They'll throw. It's Nix. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. Catch number 7 so far in this one. And a first down. Here's Nix to throw. He'll find Woods. That one is caught. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. First and 10. Off the play fake, here's Nix. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down. From the shotgun, here's Nix. That'll be caught by the running back, Robinson.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up third down.
That one on target to Williams. He's got it. A gain there of 10 yards. First down, L.A. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it first and 10. They'll run with Robinson. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's first and 10. They'll go again with Robinson. Falcons go ahead and take their second timeout. Second and 7. A give, and here comes Robinson. Now the Falcons will use their third and final timeout. This crowd into it now as we get to third down.
Typically, I'm the first one to be screaming up here to keep your offense on the field. Be aggressive and go for it. But I think at this stage of the fourth quarter, possessions are at a premium. I think you take this field goal, make it a 2-possession game, and I think now it's really hard for your opponent to have enough time to come back.
And this one, right down the middle. It's good. And that could be big. They now take a 2-score advantage.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
Here comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. They trail here by a couple of scores. The margin is 9 as this drive starts with first down.
You at 13, 13. Report.
They'll drop to throw. And he gets that to Hardman. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. On first and 10, Jackson. A throw left side taken in by Corley. Now second and inches. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. To the left side, in the hands of Hill. It's a gain of 19 in the air. It's good for a Falcon first down.
And these are the moments in the game, Mike, where you need your best players to come through and make their presence felt. And that's exactly what he does there. Picks up a nice reception, good chunk of yards, and they keep their hopes alive.
That is incomplete, so the task gets more difficult Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it.
Ready, shot.
On play action, here's Jackson. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just 1 more play. This is a tough spot. 3rd down and 10. One last shot now for Jackson. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down. So it's a win for the visiting Rams. They get the victory here, away from home, to run their early season record to 2-0. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.